And so right around 5 in the afternoon, it starts getting dark, and I'm like, I gotta be in the daylight just once. I have to at least one time in the day be in daylight. And I just stand there. That's it. Like a fucking mental patient in a bathrobe,
Just to be out.
cigarette burns on the robe and shit. Some girl telling me she got married. I'm not listening. Daddy, this is my husband.
What? Sup, girl?
That's what it feels like, anyway. And I started looking at people, and they're all crispy clothed and rosy cheeked and full of purpose. And they're making me feel worse. And I'm about to go back in the hotel and jack off another time. And then I look across the street and I see this couple, and they were just striking. They're a beautiful couple. It was a beautiful woman with a beautiful man. I'll say he's beautiful. I got no problem. I'll suck his dick too. I don't need your permission.
What?
I don't care. I'm gonna walk right over there and suck his dick. I mean, I never did that, but I'm 41. Maybe I'll do the second half gay. I don't know.
What?
It remains an option. There's got to be something to it. Those folks are having a good time. They have parades. There's no parades for how I get laid. They have parades marching down the street to celebrate that they blow each other and fuck each other in the ass. And smush their vaginas together or whatever that one is. Whatever wonderful thing those folks are doing, it's none of my business. So I'm looking at the couple, and they're walking on the other side of the street, and they have a child with them. But I can't see their child because there's like a dumpster and some other stuff. I just see like a little head. And I'm waiting. I'm curious what their kid looks like because they're so beautiful. Maybe I want to fuck their kid. I don't know. That's just me saying something terrible because it makes me laugh that it upsets you. That's all that is. Just so you know, it's just enjoyable to me that you're upset. That's all it is. I'm not gonna fuck a kid. I wouldn't do that. Maybe a dead kid. Who are you hurting? He's dead. Who are you hurting? I'm not saying I would kill a kid and fuck him. I'm saying if I found a dead kid in a field and it wasn't raining, I might take a shot. I don't know. I haven't been in that situation. All right. Okay, so I'm looking at the couple, and they got a kid with them, and I'm curious what their kid looked like. And they come around the corner, and this is a true story. It wasn't a kid. It was a little old Chinese woman walking next to them. And here's what my dumb brain tells me. I go, oh, that's what their child is like. Not like, oh, she's a separate person, she's not with them. I'm like, oh, that young couple gave birth to a tiny elderly Chinese woman. Isn't that interesting? And then the other part of me had to go, dude, yeah, that's what happened, yes. Asshole. And then I was looking at the little old Chinese lady. There was a beauty to her. She's just tiny, little old Chinese. I was staring at her because I was fascinated by her. I don't know anybody like her, and I am so not a little old Chinese lady. That I was like, what are her thoughts? That was what I was burning inside with. What is she thinking right now? I can never know. And I realized the dumb brain is telling me that she's just thinking, that's how dumb I am.
Dumb brain.
That I think Chinese gibberish that I made up is in her actually Chinese mind. That's all just me Chinese. Of course, I can't know what she was thinking. She could be thinking anything. Black people steal. So I'm like, I'm not saying they steal. I'm saying that fucking racist Chinese lady might have been thinking it. She might have been. It's possible. And I went to England. I spent a month there. I liked England. Everything's different. I mean, that's obvious, but some of the differences were cool. I like the money. The money, instead of a dollar bill, they have the pound coin. And it's a coin, and you throw it on the counter. It felt kind of cool, like the Old West. Like going to, being on the dusty trail. You see a saloon, so you walk over with your horse. You throw the rope vaguely at the pole outside. Thing they do. Well, it's my whole life on that horse. Should be fine. Just walk in the saloon. Give me a beer, a bottle of whiskey, and a room for a week, and steak dinner, a shave, and a haircut, and a bath, and some new clothes, and a hat, and some boots, some oats from a horse, and a woman. Here you go. Ping! That's all. One heavy coin. You're fine. Nobody adds up all those things you mentioned. They don't check to see what coin it was. The guy just keeps drying the glass. Things were very vague back then. Things just cost money. Hey, how much is that? Money. In the old English movies, it was different. It was a little sack of coins. Remember that little drawstring sack tossed over by some faggy lord with a ruffled shirt? Throw it disdainfully down to some commoner who's gonna do something beneath his station. Follow the girl and report back to me at midnight. Bring a shovel and a sack. And 2 reliable men such as yourself. What's that? Oh, yes, of course. Well, this ought to be sufficient. Just shink. Oh, thank you, sir. The guy's so happy to get a general amount of some kind of currency or another.
General amount.
He didn't count it. I think you only gave me enough for the shovel. It's not enough there. That was a good time in our economy. When you needed to have gold to buy shit. We might be going back to that pretty soon, too. Things are pretty fucked up. People are a little bit scared. But you know what? How bad could it really get? I mean, most Americans have so much crap. You could lose most of it and still have more shit than the average Canadian, even. Like, we're the fattest people in the world, and we just have all this shit, and we hate it. We're just miserable with our phones, just angry all the time. And I worry about the economy failing because we're miserable with a great life. Like, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna deal with, like, when you gotta move your mom into the cellar and shit and, like, have, like, serious problems.